In a world where the ground feels shaky and memory is optional, two men will rise, armed with microphones, dry humor, and a suspicious number of pill bottles. They'll face tremors, stiffness, and the ultimate challenge, recording a podcast without forgetting what they were talking about. This is where Parkinson's gets real. This is Life in Motion, the Parkinsons podcast. Rated P for please take your meds first. Now, grab your earbuds, unless you forgot where you put them. Then just turn the volume up because today's episode is ready to go. Now, here are Bryce and Brian.
Too bad. Well, hey, everyone. Welcome back to Life in Motion, the Parkinson podcast. I am Bryce, and as always, here with my sidekick and best buddy here, Brian. Brian, how you doing?
I am doing phenomenal. I'm glad to be back. I'm fired up for this week's show, and I just can't wait to get started, man.
My God, we missed you. We missed you. We missed you. And you know what? A great episode to come back to. And you know what's funny? Even though you were away here a little bit, I mean, even the last one that you were at, you were away.
Check that box.
That was really wild. Well, you know what? We got a great episode for you today, whether you're watching on YouTube Live. And if you're here on YouTube Live, come on in, say hi. I'd love to know you're here with us. And if you're listening on Spotify or Apple or wherever you are, we hope you're going to have a great time with us today. Today, we're going to talk about the Parkinson's Toolbox. We're these real life toolbox, the ones like, not wrenches, but the ones that actually help us function with Parkinson's every day, the habits, routines, mental tricks, tools, hacks that we actually use, and not theory, Brian, like the real deal, like the real stuff that we do.
Yeah, it's the stuff that helps us, and it's tools we actually use. And we're getting into some good stuff today, which I really think is going to help our friends in the audience manage their day-to-day lives going forward.
It's funny. I when I think about like what do I say here? When I think about like what I want to like toolbox. When I think about toolbox, let's say that, right?
Right.
I think like that's a good word for it. I guess the toolbox, what we have in our toolbox. It's also kind of like for me, it's like what do we have in our pocket? Like it's like if we empty my pockets, right? Empty my pockets, empty my briefcase. What do you find? And kind of that's sort of the definition of what we're kind of saying, right? And it can be physical things like like toolbox, like stretching, or mental, like something I say to myself when I freeze. Does that make sense?
100%.
All right.
Yeah,
So
I like that. I like that comment. Something I say to myself when I freeze. That's brilliant.
Yeah, I mean,
it's so easy, and it's like carrying a Phillips screwdriver out with you every day because you're going to need it.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. Hey, Jane, welcome from Iowa. I just love people
awesome.
from all over. I love when people let us know where they're tuning in from, because it's just amazing to think that, here, it's two guys with Parkinson's just, reaching people from all over. So welcome, Jane. Glad you're here. But yeah, like I said, like you wouldn't think of that as a tool. Like, when you think about toolboxes,
Right.
that doesn't like pop in your head, but, let's break them down in a couple categories. So first, let's talk about some physical tools, like some things that we actually use regularly. And a good example of that, and I've talked about it many times, and Brian, you've heard me talk about this yet and before, is those time medication tabs. Again, to me, a life changer. I use one that shows how long it's been since my last dose. It gives me peace of mind. And you know what? Especially traveling this last little bit, I've been traveling. I was in Montreal and Toronto, and that pill bottle thing, man, that cap is a lifesaver. It's sort of, my wife's like, did you take them? And I'm like, let me check. And I look and I grab it and I look at it. And as a matter of fact, I'm looking at mine right now, and it's so 2 hours and 33 minutes. It says I took them. So I mean, I've got 27 minutes till I'm on it again. But so to me, it's just a life changer for me.
That's awesome. Yeah. I basic guy. I use Microsoft Outlook to be my memory. You use that great tool. I basically put all of my doses in Outlook, and what that does, it gives me 3 reminders: one on my iWatch, one on my iPhone, and one on my computer. If it's giving me three reminders and I'm screwing up, I got a bigger problem.
And we don't want to add. We don't need any more problems, do we?
Exactly. Problems equals pills, and I think is right back to where we started. But yeah, this works well for me, which is great. And maybe what you're doing out there in the audience, it's something similar or something that you use to manage yourself. The key is, what are you doing and are you doing it, right?
Absolutely.
And does it work? And if it does work, I've been doing it this way since day one. I carry my pills around in one of these. It's got everything I need right there. So
Absolutely. And Brian, and a good point. We'd love people to get involved. So in the comments or,
yeah,
what do you use? What are things that you use? Like for me, for example, Brian, I use that my pill timer cap thing.
yeah,
That's just one. Like when it comes to medication, like I'm the same way. I have a 3-minute reminders, or sorry, 3-hour reminders in my phone. So my phone alarm goes off.
right on.
My Alexas go off. Alexa's like, "Hey, time to take your pills." And I mean, I have everything. So it's like I don't trust one. It's sort of it's like
Yeah,
when I was
yeah,
in a hotel room. For me, waking up in the morning, sometimes, if I just fall asleep, if it takes me all night to fall asleep, I'm so
yeah,
nervous about not waking up in the morning for my flight or something. I've got a wake up call. I've got my phone alarm set. I've got my it coming off every 15 minutes. I just got to one thing for me isn't enough. I think I need as many
yeah.
tools as I can get in this toolbox, and that does it for me.
Well, we've got other challenges going on, right? They call it brain fog. I call it Brian fog. It's the same thing. But we've got all these other things that we're challenged with. You missed me, didn't you?
Oh my God, I did. I did because
4 weeks to say Brian fog.
oh my God, and now I'm so glad you said that because now I'm like, okay, that's my new word. Like it's like if it's not brain fog for me anymore. It's Brian fog every time, right? Every time it's Brian fog.
Every time.
It's so funny. And living with Parkinson's says I've got an alarm set on my phone for every 4 hours, and that's
Nice.
what, that's exactly the same as me. It's like I have it set like as a reminder, and then when that reminder comes off, it's like 3 hours. I hit it again. I just remind myself again. It's so great. And here, Dolores says I'm down to 3 pills a day. Wow, good for you, Dolores. And so it's easy to remember, but I still set my iPhone every night. Exactly. I mean, we need to do those things, right? Those are the types of things that we need to do. And I mean, I don't know what you call me. I'm a stickler. I mean, I am so stringent, and I'm such a believer of everybody making sure that you do that you hit those schedules and hit them properly.
Yeah.
Hey, Brian, Poodaloo says hi. Hey, Poodaloo. I like that name. Poodaloo.
That is awesome.
I love it. So those are some of the things, another thing that I use, another tool that I use in my toolbox, and I'm telling you, this has been really cool for me lately too, is I have this like morning light therapy. So it's set on an alarm, and it's slowly, I have it on my night table, like beside me. And it's slowly, like if I want to get up at 7:30, at about 7:00, it just slowly starts to come on. The light comes on slowly, and it just keeps getting brighter and brighter and brighter and brighter. Man, it's weird, but it just makes you smile. You wake up kind of like smiley. It's interestingly strange, and these are things that, okay, I'll be honest with you, Brian. If someone would have told me 15 years ago, like I'm going to be like that, I'd have these I'd be spraying my feet with magnesium, that I would be waking up to a light, beside my bed. Come on, I would never would have believed that, right? It's just
absolutely
the way it is. It's crazy.
This disease is crazy, and we got to change it as it changes, and it's all you can do. So, what if the light therapy works for you? I'm trying to find dark therapy in the morning because I've usually been up half the night.
Yeah,
so
I get that.
It really depends on where you're at and what you're managing.
Absolutely.
But I think that light coming on, the way you describe it, to me, it's like, would you rather get hit with a bucket of ice water, or would you rather have a warm coffee? Your light is a warm coffee.
Oh my God. My God. I watch these people jump in those cold pools and stuff, or whatever that cold. Oh, not for me. But they say, I was actually watching a thing this week. It's so funny you brought that up, actually, because I was literally watching this week, and these people were doing that cold bath, that cold jump,
plunge or whatever, right?
Yeah, and it's apparently it shocks your dopamine. Like, it's actually shocks the dopamine to come alive, and it's like, I watch it and I'm like, I don't know. I don't think there's enough dopamine worth doing that ever. It's just that just doesn't do it for me. I want a nice.
If it was a cure, I would do it. But if it's not a cure, I'm
not. It's one of those ones. And I mean, if you jump in a cold pool or ice bath in the morning, good for you. You're a better person than I, because I just don't. It's just not my I just can't. I don't know. It just blows my mind. All right. Well, you know what? Let's go mental now. How about that? Should we talk about some mental tools? Like what about you? What do you have as a mental tool? What kind of things do you do for your mental health?
I got a new iPhone after Christmas, actually in January, and it came with a journal app on it. I thought, you know what? I'm not a big journal guy. I'd like to be, but this one was neat because it triggered me for things I should look, listen, and think about. And then you can go in and type something again about that. And what I found kind of neat was like if there's not room for a 4-page document. It's looking for like a Twitter headline versus the whole story, right? And so I've been farting around with that, and I'm actually enjoying it because it'll pop up and tell me, "Hey, you haven't journaled in a while," or
good,
or whatever.
It prompts you. Like it prompts you, keeps you
exactly.
accountable.
So when I'm awake at 1:30 in the morning, all kidding aside, that's when I'll do some of that stuff. Actually,
that's really cool.
Yeah, well, it's peaceful. There's no, all I hear is the birds. Not even the birds yet. They're not up yet. It's here. The wind.
Just you. You know what? Can you imagine all the parkies? They're all awake all night, and and had we known, they have these little lights, and I picture this like this like the world, like a world map, and you see these little lights coming on like 1:30, 2:30, because we're all waking up. And what's really funny is I love like. A lot of the comments we get are like from like 2:00 in the morning, 3:00 in the morning, because it's
absolutely.
I mean, we're trying to do ourselves, and so do ourselves. We're trying to keep ourselves whatever, but company, I guess we could all keep that. We should have a support group at like 2:00 in the morning, like I can't sleep support group, where you just dial in. It's like this number that people just phone, and we're all like, hey, you can't sleep either. Hey, how's it going? That type of thing.
Just talk to me. I'll listen. Then next thing you know, you go back to sleep. It's great.
Maybe, and you know what, and maybe, and if they start falling asleep, then you're not that exciting.
Change the topic.
Change the topic. And the other thing, and I call this a tool. This is something in my toolbox. Is I literally actually talk to myself. Like, I mean, I literally talk to myself. Like, I'm like, when I wake up, I kind of like, hey, you're okay. You've handled this before. When I'm going through something, I literally have to, and really, what I'm doing is I'm giving my brain a script, right? Like when I'm off, I give my brain a script. And I don't know how I did this the other day, but I literally boffed my medication. I don't know what happened. I was kind of
right.
Yeah. And and I hadn't moved. I was sitting in this, like for me, like, and so then all of a sudden I said to my wife, I said, when did I take my pills last? She goes, well, I told you to take them like 2 hours ago. And sure enough, I looked at my pill bottle and it said, 5 hours, and I knew, and I was completely off. And I'm like, things were getting, I knew I was foggy. It hurt so bad to move. Like I was stiff as heck. But I keep telling myself, you know what, you've been here before, give it 20 minutes. You're going to be good. This is just but a moment, right? Don't get too frustrated and don't get too down. And then I actually tell myself, don't get too down on yourself for messing it up.
Right.
So anyway, to me, that just works. And journaling is genius because that's how with my doctor, like I see my doctor every 6 months. I would never remember half the stuff that I want to tell him if I did not journal down kind of what I'm going through and some symptoms. Like I have my symptom journal is what I go through it. And that's definitely part of my toolbox.
Yeah, I saw my neurologist last week, actually. It was great. And it's been 6 months, but we had a good chat. To your point, I don't take books of stuff in. I've got a piece of paper with some bullets to keep me on track.
Yeah.
And I think, Lori goes to every neurologist appointment with
me. Yeah, mine too.
In the room. So
mine too.
The neurologist came to get me on, I think it was Friday. And I said to her, you have to wait a minute. Lori's just in the restroom. And she said, yeah, no problem. I want to see Lori too.
Oh yeah. I always joke that, it's not really my appointment. It's Carmen and Dr. and Dr. Hobson's appointment.
Notes.
Yeah. I just sit there and they talk like I'm not there. Like, hey, okay, here's what he did. And I'm looking at my notes, making sure she covers everything. And she does. But we're blessed to have that. Totally. So that would be a tool. That would be a toolbox. That'd be part of our tool. If you think about it, you know what, this is totally random. I'm going to chase a rabbit down a hole now, and I don't know if we're going to come out, so we'll see what happens. But how did you, because I literally just had my 6-month appointment 2 weeks ago as well.
Okay.
Right. So how did your appointment, did it go well? Was there any changes? Anything?
Some changes, but she's very pleased. The first thing she noticed was the fact that I am more restless. And I said to her, that's because I'm over medicated. She goes, yeah, but we're going to fix that. Every time I meet with her, I can have 19 things and she'll go through them. Or I can have 9. But first thing she wants to do is she wants to do an inventory of my meds. Right? And we strip it down. And how is that working? Yeah. So, I'm over-medicated on my levodopa right now, which is causing me, you see me doing the restlessness kind of thing. Yeah. So she's put me on another med, and that's fine. Yeah. Where for the first week, I take 1 a day. For the second week, and going forward, I take 2 a day. It's to counteract the dyskinesia movement. So I'm not going to say it will eliminate it, but it could.
What's it called? Do you know what it's called?
I knew you were going to ask that, and I have it here. Excuse me. It is called amantadine, if I'm pronouncing it correctly. So it's AMAN TADINE. Amantadine.
Okay.
And that drug, serves one thing, and it's to stop me from having restlessness, which is great.
Nice. So, have you felt anything yet? Is it changing? Have you noticed?
I just started like Saturday or Friday, I think. So I'm using one of my trackers, and I'm filling it out.
Good for you.
This is Brian's tracker, and what I do with the new med is.
I notice it's not electronic. It's not on your computer. You have it the pen and pencil. So that's more that you don't have to worry about it not working.
But I pen and pencil it exactly.
Neat. Love it.
So I'll track that for the 2 weeks. Yeah. And then it'll give me a baseline, and I'll monitor that report because I'm not looking at is it affecting my freezing, which I originally created this for. Now I'm looking for, does it stop me having the restlessness? And how will I know that? Well, when I'm on something like this where I can see myself, like right now I'm doing a lot of this. That's just because this chair is so uncomfortable. That has nothing.
That's just a sore butt. That's just a sore butt.
Exactly. So.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
I like analyzing. This is a shallow dive. I'm not doing a big dive.
Yeah, but you gotta keep track. You got to know, right?
Totally.
How else do you know? Don't guess.
Yeah.
So that's cool. Sure. So they did a. So they did
so the appointment was great. And I did the natural, all those things. She's overly pleased with me overall. Let's just get a handle on this, Brian. And again, she says, if you need to get a hold of me, phone me, I'll call you back. So I can have access to her.
Love it.
12 months of the year. But I think I phoned her once. It's because the doctor wanted to put me on a med, and I wanted to know if it would have an impact on my Parkinson's.
This brief interruption is brought to you by no one, no sponsors, no miracle cures. No one paid us to say this, but if someone wants to sponsor us, we are absolutely available. In the meantime, take a deep breath, stretch something, maybe check if it's time for your next pill. And yes, we'll wait. Now back to the show, already in progress, unless Brian forgot to hit record.
It's funny you said that because I don't know if I've ever, he always says, you never call me. I'm like, well, I'm okay, but right. It's these 6 months. So check so you got an A. I'm going to give you an A on that appointment, right? Like
I would agree. Yeah. I would agree
that's
with
good. Good for you. That's amazing.
How did you do?
Well, mine was good. No, mine was great. Mine was really good. It was funny because they had a student in, like a student. Yeah. So like they brought me in and it was like almost like my first appointment. He's asking all these questions, right?
I love it.
And then when my doctor came in afterwards, and it's the first time I've ever heard him say this. And I thought this was really, it was kind of cool. It made me feel kind of good, right?
Nice.
He was like, now Bryce is one of my, he's
stellar patients kind of thing.
He was like, he's one of the anomaly almost. Like he's so knowledgeable. He wants to know everything. He asked a lot of questions and he went through it. And I was like, man, like that's amazing. And you know what? It's so funny. Poodaloo. It's so funny that Poodaloo just made this comment. She said DBS is a miracle because that's exactly what came up. So in Winnipeg, there's a 3-year waiting list for DBS.
Okay. Not like that here.
Yeah, 3-year waiting list. So
that's crazy.
About a couple years into my diagnosis, he said, I'm just going to put you on the list, right? And we'll see what happens because it's 3 years. And I remember like the first 3 years came up, and he was like, what do you think? And we were getting close, right? And I said, no, thank you, I'm good. I don't need to do it. Anyhow, so this last appointment, it was the third time I was coming up now. So that was nine years, right?
Wow.
And he was like, "So what are you thinking? What do you feel?" And I'm like, "Nope, no, I'm not ready. I'm a big chicken, right? Like I literally don't want to have the Frankenstein. Like I do not want to have this done." And I said, I'm trying to. He said, "Well, that's fair." And he goes, "But what are we waiting for?" Is what he asked me. What are we waiting for, right? And I said,
me to get the
technology.
courage.
I'm waiting. Yeah, courage. Yeah, courage. Yeah, I'm really trying to. It's been 15 years. I'm really trying to build it. And I said, no, but I'm waiting for technology, man. I don't want to put in I don't want to put in the iPhone, 11, and then 6 months later there's the iPhone 12, and I should have waited because it's that much better, right?
Yeah.
And so anyhow, but it's one of those weird things. Like I said, I'm not. If I need it, I'll get it. And so I got to a point where I said, would you do me a favor? I'm going to give you permission. Like when these questions come up, if you think that I'm crazy and I should be doing this, you need to tell me, right? Like you say, enough silliness, Bryce. You need to get this done. And he says, he says, trust me, I would. And I said, perfect. So you haven't done it yet. So there we go. I'm okay for another 3 years. And so,
have you been tested at all? Like,
I'm a prime candidate.
No, but have you actually met with?
Oh yeah, I met through them. I watched this 2-hour I watched a 2-hour PowerPoint on it. I've gone through the motions. I've done it that twice or so. And again, trust me. And to Poodaloo's point, everybody I've met who's had it, it's like been life changing for them. It really has. And you know what? Since I got diagnosed, Brian, when I first got diagnosed, DBS was for older people. It was sort of like you're at your last, you have no other options. Let's get this done. And now the philosophy is changing where it's done to younger people to try to keep you
young.
Young. Well, you know what they say, working longer. I'm like, well, that's not an incentive. It's like, I wanted this done just so I can work longer
or enjoy your retirement.
That's the whole thing.
Right?
Exactly. 100%. Like 100%. So anyway, and Poodaloo's point, she's like, it says that, that first year was hard. And that's what I've heard, if you get to that first year, but then it's completely life changing. So I appreciate people have gone on, and I know, you know what, Brian, when it gets to that point, and I know, I need to do it, I will. I definitely will. There's no question. I want the best of the best of things that I can use.
I want to be like this for as long as I can.
100%.
I'm not 100%, but I'm nowhere near zero. Nowhere near it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Good point. Absolutely good point.
You know me, glass is always half full.
Yeah, me too.
I'm going to see the Move Disorder folks September 19th. I was supposed to go in the last couple of weeks, but as I was mentioning to you off air, my wife Lori had a skin cancer thing she had to deal with. So
she's okay though, and she's good.
She's fully recovered. She no longer looks like Rocky Balboa, which people don't look at me as a husband beater now, which is really good.
And you know what? To throw that in there, Brian, can I just throw? I'm just going to give you a little. I mean, I usually bust your chops all the whole program, but I'll give you a pat on the back when you need to. But and just so everybody knows, over the last couple of weeks, there was times that we were, Brian was like, we were ready to rock and roll, we were going to go live, and Brian's like, you know what? I have to be a caregiver now to my wife Lori, and that's more important right now, and I have to give you so much credit for that because that's amazing. So anyway, I just wanted, that was fantastic.
I appreciate that.
So you weren't just missing the podcast, laying on the beach, just twiddling your fingers. So
no.
So
and
yeah,
going
I wanted to call that up.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And I take the bantering and I love it because I know the more you banter with me, the more you like me.
Good. Thank you for saying that, because I think some people think okay, stop picking on that guy, but I think it's kind of it's just we kind of have fun with it. I think, right?
I only pick on people I like, and I like you a lot.
Yeah, exactly. And you go, and you know what? I watched some of the episodes back, and you give me enough. You give me some. You give it to me. You give it back to me just as much as I give it to you. Yeah, exactly. All right, sorry.
No worries. So I'm going to see them on September 19th. I was supposed to see them, as I said, in the last couple of weeks, but my appointment got conflicted with Lori's skin cancer, and that outranked me by yards and yards. So, anyways, going September 19th to see if I'm worthy. And then from there, I would have to make a decision, which is kind of where you're at right now.
Is there a waiting list? No waiting list? Like, would you? Like,
I haven't asked because I haven't met them yet, Bryce.
Oh, okay,
so
gotcha.
That's one of my questions.
Can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
I think it'd be really cool because, like, and again, to Poodaloo, she's been 15 years diagnosed, so same as me, which is great.
Yeah.
And everybody's talking about this great thing, but it's such a mystery of how the whole thing works. It would be really cool. I don't know if you could do this, but if you could even take your phone and record, like, just do some videos, like even like hey, we're walking into the DBS, appointment.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? Like, it'd be cool to journal it, but I'd rather see it. And I think, and we could show it. Like, we could kind of like have a segment here where we'll follow you along on this DBS journey, and it would actually be really cool, A, to see what you're going through, but B, also for people to kind of watch that journey and watch it unfold. So, you maybe just like, hey, we're walking into the appointment now, and then stop it or whatever. And then, but maybe your doctor, if it's okay with them, you could film a little bits of it. We'll edit out just like, just doesn't be hours so long, but just to get a glimpse into what that looks. That'd be so cool, Brian.
Yeah, no,
okay, cool.
I can make something like that work. Absolutely. Happy to do so. So yeah, I'm on that path right now. But going back to you, my appointment we've decided was about an A. It sounds like you were probably in about the same spot. Did you feel yours was an A?
Yeah, it's funny. I'm very humble, right? So I kind of like just feel like I just do my thing, and I'm hoping I'm doing the right thing. But it was kind of neat to hear your doctor say to another doctor or doctor in training that, this is the type of patient that you appreciate and want, because they want to know, and he's fighting. He said he fights every day. He almost quoted me. It was really funny. I was like, "Are you watching my podcast?" Because he was like quoting me. He's like, he fights every day. He's a fighter, and he fights every day, and he wants the best for himself. And that's the type of patient that we want to invest in, right? That type of thing. So I thought, it felt really cool. Like it was like
amazing.
It was.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it kind of gives you it kind of walked out of there going, okay, I'm doing the right things. Like, I'm doing the right things, and I got to keep doing it.
It's a little validation, right?
Because you don't know, right? You don't know.
But we're there living it. Like, we talk about it and so forth. But when you're in the heat of the moment, depending what the moment is, it can be devastating, alarming, anything.
It really can.
It can be a lot of things, right?
It really, really, really can. It really can. And that's, it is what it is. And that's where we flow. So really cool.
So we did go down the rabbit. I'm just going to qualify. We did go down the rabbit.
We jumped in the rabbit. We jumped hard. We went hard in the rabbit hole. No, it wasn't.
I was Alice in Wonderland like
that. Well, you know what I want to do now?
You want to be the Mad Hatter?
No, I don't. You know what I want to do? I want to play some Shaky or Fakey, because it's been so long.
Oh, dude, I forget how to play.
And we have a few people. Yeah.
Shout out to Carmen.
Oh, yeah.
She did. I watched that. And yes,
did you watch it?
And as I answered the third one, I did say, I got 3 for 3. Everything you said about me, and I wasn't there, I was doing.
I knew you would. I like Brian's watching, and then he's getting whatever. And I knew it. I just knew it. I'm like, if Brian, when he watches
we could have videotaped me, your lip sync, and it would have melded together perfect.
Oh my God, that's so amazing. That is so awesome. It was so funny, and that's what I love that. I love it. I absolutely. Well, she had a blast, and so yeah, we should have it. We can have a challenge. Like, we want people to join us on Shaky or Fakey, and there is a link in the description below. All you have to do is fill it out, and 9 times out, just come on in, and we can even film. We can even, it doesn't have to be live on the Sunday. We can even film that segment during the week or something when it works for all of us to do it. So love you to go into the description and just click on the link. Just come join Brian and I for 5 minutes. It'll be great. You don't have to stay on the whole show if you don't want to. You could. Depends on what happens, but literally just come on and do it. But I want to play Shaky or Fakey with you, and you know what Shaky or Fakey is, right? We're going to do the Toolbox Edition, right? So again, I'm going to ask you a quick trivia question. If it's true, it's Shaky, and if it's false, it's Fakey. And I want everybody to play along with where you're at. So in the comments, just let it go. Put it like a 1. But do me a favor, when you're in the comments, put like 1 and then Shaky, Fakey, because sometimes I don't know which one we're talking about. But let's get right into it. Shaky or Fakey time, Toolbox Edition. All right, Brian, here we go. Number 1. Cold showers can reduce motor symptoms in people with Parkinson's. Oh, we talked a little bit about the plunge pool. So number 1 question here is, cold showers can reduce motor symptoms in people with Parkinson's. And in the comments, everybody, shaky is true, fakey is false. But one shaky, one fakey. Cold showers can reduce motor symptoms in people with Parkinson's. What do you think, big guy?
I have no idea.
You're kidding.
I'm going out on a limb. I've never had a conversation / podcast webinar around that specific item. I'm going to go with shaky.
You're going with shaky? Dolores is in with fakey.
Dolores, I don't like you.
I like Dolores. Okay.
I think she's got it. I think she got it right. That's what I think.
All right. If all the answers are in, here we go. That answer. What did you say, Brian? You said it's shaky?
Yeah. Dolores
is right. It is fakey. It is
on the bubble.
Fakey.
Dolores.
There is no strong evidence, but some people say it boosts alertness, but there's no strong evidence. Brian, you want to recap what your score is right now? Can you give
for one? He's coming back with it.
Was that hard to get out of your lips? At 0 for 1, Dolores is laughing. So
kind of like Fonzarelli from Happy Days trying to say he was wrong. Can't get it out.
It's so true.
I'm
all right,
disappointed in myself.
I bet you are. I think you're gonna. Okay. Anyway, number 2, light therapy has been shown to improve sleep in people with Parkinson's. Look at this. This is all about the stuff we talked about already. Isn't that interesting? So, question number 2: is it shaky or fakey? Shaky is true. Fakey is false. Light therapy has been shown to improve sleep in people with Parkinson's. Would that be shaky?
I am going to go shaky. That's true.
You're going shaky. That's true. Shaky. Well, of course, because I use it, must be true, right?
Yeah.
And Dolores said shaky too. And Jane said shaky. Everybody's saying shaky.
These ladies are killing me.
All right. And the answer is, that's right. Oh, Poodaloo. Right. Poodaloo said fakey. Here it is. It is shaky. Yep. Studies show it can regulate circadian rhythm and help with sleep-wake cycles. So there you go.
Tell me everything you know about circadian rhythm.
So circadian rhythm is a rhythm that is produced by the circadian gland that's in on the left side of your brain that actually connects to your senses. And those senses, I have no idea what the circadian is.
Wow, you were doing good there.
That was pretty good, though. I was going.
Say it with confidence. People will believe you.
Yeah, I was going. And then I thought, someone's probably Googling this right now. All right. So where's everybody at? Brian's at one for two. 1 for 2. I think I know Dolores is 2 for 2. Jane had that one right. Poodaloo had that one wrong. And Belinda Wallace jumped in there with a true. So we're good. So we're getting close.
Swarmed by ladies here.
We're getting hey. Anyway. Okay. Number 3. Here we go. Shaky or fakey? Shaky true, fakey's false. Journaling can improve motor function in people with PD. Journaling can improve motor function in people with PD. These are tough, eh? These are the I just showed the Canadian. It's close. Hold on, don't answer yet though, because we'll let some people get in there because we'll see what the condense is. But shaky or fakey, isn't it interesting that these are things that we were talking about, and now it's like, hey, here we're talking about here's our tools in the toolbox that really work, and now were we right or wrong? Okay, so Dolores is in with shaky, Poodaloo's in with shaky. Jane's in with fakey. So we got shaky, and Belinda's in with shaky. They're all over the board. Shaky or fakey, Brian?
I wrestled with this one like the first one, but I'm going to reverse that and not go. I'm going to go shaky. It's true.
The answer is, are you ready for this? Fakey.
Wow.
It's a fakey. Journaling helps with mental clarity and emotion, but no motor function directly. Whoa, Brian. Brian can't. This is his first day back on the set, and this is a tough day. It's a tough day. I
gotta go back to school. I gotta get back to doing 2 webinars.
Oh my God! Okay.
A day.
All right. So Brian, I think you're 1 for 3. I think
I am.
All right. Here we go, everybody. Let's get ready. This is question number 4. Stretching before bed can reduce nighttime rigidity. Stretching before bed, Stretching before bed can reduce nighttime rigidity. Is that shaky or is that Fakey? True or false? Shaky
These
or
are good
Fakey?
questions. This is
Aren't
the
they
best lot.
good?
Honestly, all kidding aside, this is the best lot of questions you've had because that's 3 out of the 4, as far as I'm concerned, could go either way.
Yeah, I agree with you, and they might work for some, enough for others. But again, this is the majority. But we've got some answers in. Jane's in. Dolores is in.
I wrote mine down. I'm good.
Okay, so they're saying Shaky on this one.
I said Shaky.
And Poodaloo's here, Brian. This one's for you. Poodaloo's like you and Brian. Me and Brian can't win.
I like you.
All right.
Try though.
Well, what Joe's? What did you say, Brian, on this one? By the way,
I said Shaky.
Shaky, and it looks like that's a clean. And Poodaloo said Shaky, and Belinda said Shaky. Dolores said Shaky, and the answer is Shaky. Absolutely, stretching improves flexibility and may ease the nighttime symptoms. Absolutely.
That's where I was going with it. Absolutely.
All right. Cool. So look at that. You got out of the ones. You're in the 2s.
I need to get up to 3.
See what happens when you leave? I have time to really come up with some good questions.
This was good. I don't know who did it. It was probably Carmen, but
I cannot lie. She had some help with this one for sure. All right. Question number 5. Yeah, this is it. This is the last one we've got. So Shaky or Fakey, and then we'll tally up all the scores. Here we go. Drinking coffee worsens tremors in all Parkinson patients. Drinking coffee worsens tremors in all Parkinson patients. Is that true for Shaky or false for Fakey?
I have heard this spoken about on a webinar before. I'm going to go off. I'm going to say that this can actually go either way. I think we had a question around coffee before. Okay. And I answered one way and the other answer was another way. And you said it could be either. And that's what I remember from that conversation. I've actually said, I said Shaky, but I prefaced Shaky with all of that I just shared.
Okay, so what you're saying is you're going to say Shaky, right?
But I think it could be neutral.
But you're trying to throw up to the judge's challenge to see if it could be equal.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
even before it's an issue.
Even before it comes up. All right, you're just making sure that you've got the pre-challenge in there, right? Just in case. Yeah. So what's interesting about this is there was one key word. So you're okay. So let's just check around here. So it looks like we have Fakey for Dolores, Fakey for Jane. There was one key word in that one, Brian, and I'm going to read the question one more time. And then it was this: drinking coffee worsens tremors in all Parkinson's patients. The answer is it's Fakey. It varies from person to person, and some actually find it helps them feel sharper, and some say that it makes them more shaky.
That's what I was trying to get to. So it's a.
And Jane Dean, hey Brian, just in case, let's just figure that out. Okay, Jane Dean's like, Brian, come on now, come on, you got to listen. You missed that word all, right? Oh, and look at this. Oh, and Dolores is all. Brian, they're So
I think the Brian fan club just went down by 2.
So what's your total for today's Shaky or Fakey, Brian?
I was 2 for 5.
2 for 5. Oh my God, that's a record. It's got to be a record.
Oh, it is.
How about everybody else in the comments? What were you out of 5? What were you out of 5? 2 for 5, 3 for 5, 4 for 5. Anybody go 5 for 5 on that? But those were tough, man. You know what? I can laugh because I have the answers right in front of me. Who knows? I mean, those, like you said, there was a lot of variables in there that could have gone either way. So, we'll give you a pass on that one, Brian. It's okay.
No. I'll take my lumps.
Yeah, well, you're on your new meds too. You never know. Could be the new meds.
I could blame that, but I won't. I'm gonna take. See, when I play pickleball, I either win or I get a good lesson. Today, I got a good lesson in my self. What do you call it? Proclamation of being a expert generalist.
There you
Today
go.
I wasn't quite the expert. I think I was just a generalist.
Well, you know what? There's average days and there's high days, but it looks like we're getting some counts in here. Some lost count. Poodaloo lost count, but Poodaloo, I think you and Brian were hand in hand on that one.
Put us together, we were perfect.
Yeah, I mean, you guys would do. Oh no, I don't think so. I think he'd still be 4 out of 5. Jane was 4 out of 5.
I can't even
Dolores
cheat
was 4 out of
properly.
5. I mean, that's amazing. I bet you I would have been 3. I'm going to say 3 out of 5. I don't know.
Ladies, good job. I'm proud to be beaten by you folks, and I appreciate you being a part of our Shaky Fakey.
I love it. I love it. I love
Now,
it.
each one of you should go on to the comments and pull
Yeah.
down that form, fill it out, and let's do this for real. That was a practice.
Yeah, that'd be fun, wouldn't it? Come on,
I'd love
join
that.
us. I think
Hey,
it'd be great.
You get a free mug.
You get a mug. You get a mug. You get a mug, which is really cool.
It's got Brian and Bryce on it, so it's worth more because it's got mug shots.
Oh my god, that's hilarious! And you get to hang out with us for a few minutes, which is kind of fun. Oh, and Dolores got 4 to 5, and she's had DBS. So look at this. So we got a lot. Yeah,
nobody's touching Dolores. Not with their oven mitts.
I love it. I love it. Okay, well, let's talk a little bit more about our tools and our tools in our toolbox. And so, so what did we talk about? We talked about the mental. We talked about I don't even remember, mental and emotional. I guess it would be the ones, mental and emotional. What about
support tools? Did we do that? I don't think.
Oh no, I didn't do support tools. How about that? What? Let's talk about support tools, Brian.
Yeah. So for me, I belong to a local support group here, which if I'm mentoring or when I'm mentoring folks for Parkinson's Canada, is one of I say kind of the top 3 things you want to get yourself wrapped around really quickly is exercise, advocate, educate, and you want to get it to be a part of a support group. That's kind of the 3 priorities I put on. There's other things that are important, but I just find this support group. What we did was I joined it a year ago at this time, actually.
Yeah.
And what happens is June is the last formal meeting that we have. We get together the first Monday of every month. So we did that for the beginning of June. In July and August, take the summer off. And I'm like, who's still around in the summer? Everybody put their hand up. I'm like, who wants to do a casual Tim Hortons once a month?
There you go. Why not?
So we did that in July and August. And when September came around, they're like, we still want to do that and still do the meeting. Yeah. So now we go to Tim Hortons, which is a coffee shop here in Canada. It's like a Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah.
And we meet, and I book it for an hour. We're typically an hour and a half, 2 hours.
That's awesome.
Just it's a safe environment.
Yeah.
We have topics.
Yeah.
The caregivers for everyone that comes for the coffee is there as well, which I thought was really cool.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, and we just get together and chat. And, people bring wins, losses, concerns, whatever.
I love
it. And we just shoot, pardon the expression, shoot the shit. Like, it's an hour and a half well spent.
I think that's fantastic. And that's where, so for me, like a physical support group doesn't work because I'm all over the place. So to commit to something like that, it's doesn't work. But you know what? Hey, what about in the comments too? What do you do for support? Like, do you do support group? Do you do peer? I'd love to hear what other people do as well. But you've heard of this inner circle thing I'm doing? It's like a private little thing. So are you doing anything this Wednesday? Are you busy this Wednesday at about like 7:00 your time?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I would love to be a part of your inner circle.
Because we're gonna call. We're doing a meeting. I'll send you an invite. You should join us.
I would love to.
It's fantastic. I know Jane's in there. I know that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're all there. And so we're this Wednesday. So it's like this. We put it for like the second Wednesday evening of every month, and it's just an hour and a half. Same thing. We'll just get in there. We just talk. We Okay, I'll send you the invite. You should join us. For me, that's for me. Like that is becoming and turn just beautiful people going through the same things, just talking about their week, good, the bad, the ugly, or whatever it might, or the realness. That inner circle for me is becoming that place. And I can feel that. It's amazing. Cool. It's really cool. And we have a community where you can post things. You're having a hard day, you can post it. People can reply back. So it's not just about a me thing, right? I will definitely send that to you.
So if you send me the link and I click on it, does that mean I'm automatically updated every 2 weeks?
You'll be
your
in the
meeting?
community. Yeah, you'll be in the community. Yeah, the
Okay.
calendar's in there. The events are in the
Awesome.
calendar.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah, and you can chit chat. People can you can even chat with other members. It's really
Is
cool.
that 7 p.m. Eastern time or your time?
It's 7 p.m. your time. Yeah,
My time. Okay, cool. I'm in. Thank you for that. I look forward to it. No
yeah.
shaky fakey though, right?
No shaky fakey. No, no, no,
Good.
no, no,
I can't
no,
make
no,
that choice for the week.
no, no shaky fakey.
Or you couldn't
Um,
take that, buddy.
no, no, no. Exactly, exactly. I'm just gonna grab my meds here, but to me that is
Yeah, go ahead.
just do it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just going to look at where we're at here. So support groups. What did you have anything for support tools, or are you saying that your biweekly chat is that?
Well, that's that, but also even the comments in the like doing these podcasts for me as well. It's like this is like support. I'm airing out my grievances.
100%.
We're talking through some stuff. Talking about different things. So I feel lucky, I guess, in that way. And even the comments. I'm going through the comments and hearing what other people are going through and seeing what hearing that stuff. To me, those are all things that um just help me and whatnot. And
Yeah.
Poodaloo is like Dolores is the woman. Dolores is the woman. Bryce, do you find that you are one of the youngest? Our group will have local pharmacists and emergency personnel. Yeah, exactly. So, and that's the other good point, Poodaloo. Like they did bring in different, people. They bring in different things. In the community, we did the podcast I did yesterday on the other podcast. We had improv. For Parkinsons. They're just
That
a
was
great.
awesome.
They were so good. So I'm thinking of bringing them into the inner circle a little bit too, just to interact and people can
Totally.
see, just to give it a try, right? I think it's one of those things that if you try it, and I think that's a great thing about a support group. It's like, hey, here's something that works for me, right? And exposing other people to it, and maybe it'll work for them as well. So I think that to me is huge. Is huge. And do I feel like I'm one of the youngest people? Youngest patient? Yeah, you know what? Sometimes, I mean, I'm not the youngest for sure. But a lot of places that I go, I am. Yeah, I'm the youngest. I mean, and does that bother me? It did in the beginning. It bothered me. I couldn't even sit in the doctor's waiting room. When I first got diagnosed, because I'd be sitting there. I was in my early 40s, and everybody around me was older, and I could see what was going to happen to me. Does that make sense? And I just didn't want to go there. I wasn't ready for it yet. But now it's totally different. Now I kind of I'm there. I feel like can encourage them. That I can encourage people. Whether they're older than me or not. So yeah. A lot of times I feel I'm the youngest, but definitely, for example, I was in Montreal and did a PDIQ this weekend. It was awesome. It was, whatever, but I'm definitely not the youngest in that room. So, which is kind of cool. It makes me feel kind of part of it. And then Jane Dean says, "Oh, sorry, go ahead."
Go ahead. I was just going to add before you move on to the next piece. When I first started to go to a support group when I was first diagnosed back in 2018, I stopped going because I was the youngest in the room, and the agenda didn't meet my needs.
Yeah, and there's some young onset Parkinson groups as well, right?
There is absolutely.
Yeah.
But I just found it wasn't hitting the mark for me. But now, you fast forward 5 years. When I went out last year to the support group, it was everything I was looking for. So it's some of it's timing. So be careful, right?
Yeah, and don't give up. Like if you go to one and it's not for you, maybe there's another one,
Right.
right? Maybe there's a different type of people, or maybe you look for that special niche, of young onset or something like that. I mean, the whole key is to keep trying again, try again. I know it's frustrating. I know it's, but you just got to keep going. And to Jane's point, sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I was at the pinnacle of my not knowing anything about Parkinson's when that hit, right? So
yeah,
like it was a bevy of negative things that it wasn't going to work at that time. It wasn't. And now, I'm moving. I've already emailed the lady that runs the Belleville area where I'm moving to. We're getting together with a coffee, like the 11th hour after I move in. And I'm already on her database and up to speed. Kind of cool. And then, bringing in guest speakers, like you said about the improv group. As you know, I'm trying to get the stem cell folks.
Yeah.
Blue Rock. And so I've actually got her agreed has agreed, Marta has
Yeah.
agreed to get in front of our support group in
She's
Durham.
awesome.
And I'm
Yeah.
going to use that as a reference to get her on this show, as well as into the support group with the Belleville team that I'm now going to be a part
I
of.
love it.
So
She's such a wonderful person.
yeah,
So that's amazing.
More to follow on that. But
Cool.
stem cell, there's some good stuff going on right now. If people aren't in touch with it, and I've just started touching it in the last 3 or 4 months.
Oh.
There's some good stuff going on, and they're fast tracking some stuff right now through Blue Rock Therapeutics, headquartered in the U.S., but they also have an office here in Toronto. And both Bryce and I have done some advocacy work there.
Yeah.
But if you're not close to stem cell, keep your eyes open. There's some interesting stuff coming down.
It's kind of neat.
Yeah, it kind of gives us hope, right? Now let's get to Irene or to Jane's.
Yeah, so Jane says, I don't have a true support group, but I have a couple of friends I've met with Parkinson's, but that's why I joined the inner circle, because I felt like it was a piece that was missing. And so that's,
Brilliant.
Again, it's there for people that want to do it. So I think it's important. Yeah. It's important to talk about things, and you got to find that safe place, right? Where you feel safe. Absolutely. Yeah. So there you go. So that's interesting. I love that part of it, that part of it. Okay. So quickly, I want to also go into mindset and motivation tools. Okay. Mindset and motivation tools. Mine's easy. I think I've talked about it so much and all the time, but I use humor, even on the bad days. I'll find something dumb online that makes me laugh. Laughter snaps me out of my fog. So that's a real motivation mindset for me.
Is that a Brian fog?
Oh, right. I called it brain fog. Now it's Brian. Exactly. It's a Brian fog. Yeah, that kind of gets me out of that. Like, I just need to kind of, think of things. I want to make fun of it. I want to do something, and that brings me out.
Absolutely. For me, it's my go-to is I like to help somebody every day. Now, it doesn't mean that I have to help them up or pick them up. It could just make them laugh, and it's become infectious with me. I could be at the gas pump at Costco, putting gas in my car. Somebody pulls up beside me, and I've made them laugh before I finish pumping my gas. Then, to me, that's a big check mark. Just leave somebody better than how you found them. And if they're already in a good mood, put them in a great mood.
I love that.
One day, somebody's going to probably punch me in the nose, because my humor is it's fun humor, right?
Yeah.
I just don't want to catch a guy on a bad day. And take a pop in the nose. But you know what? If you take one punch in the nose for thousands of people that you make feel great, bring it on.
I love it. I love it. I mean, and I think the bottom line to this entire episode is you investigate, you hear things, you try to find things, and you know what works for Brian might not work for me. And what works 100%. For me might not work for Brian, but you know what? I try them. I hear something's working, and I'm like, oh, I'll give that a try. I'll see if that works for me. And I think we have to keep that, no matter how frustrating it gets, we have to keep that curiosity open. We have to keep asking those questions. And the one thing that my doctor said to the other doctor when he was kind of doing his thing for me, praise for me, whatever, was that he asks a lot of questions. Like, I want to ask the questions. And I think that is, we always need to keep that curiosity open. What's available? What's new? What's coming around the corner? I said with the DBS thing, I said, I'm waiting for new technology. And he says, well, what do you mean? He says, they now have this rechargeable battery, so you don't have to get the battery taken out of your chest every 5 years. And I'm like, really? I said, like, a rechargeable battery. I said, I can't even remember to charge my iPhone. How am I going to remember to charge myself? Right. And I could see it. I have these visions, like we're at a party or something, or we're at a function, and someone says, oh, where's Bryce? And Carmen's like, oh, he's over and plugged in. He's recharging in the corner. And there's, me with a cord and myself trying to recharge myself because I totally forgot, or I'd leave the stupid charger in my hotel room. You know what I mean? And so I said, I need better technology than that. So that's sort of where I try to leave it at. It's one of those things. How about, did we cover them all, Brian?
I think so.
I think we did, didn't we? I think we did. Huh. I like that too. So Jane's green, that her finding humor, right? Lucky my husband helps with that, and it's nice if you have somebody who gets your humor, for sure.
Yeah, you have to explain your jokes right when I go down a different avenue.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, okay, let me explain this one to you, honey, because it's crazy. Dolores, right? My son gave me a book of positive thinking for Christmas, and I
Nice.
read it every day. It helps me. I think that
You know what?
positivity, mindset, and love your.
If you start your day with a motivational quote, you can't help but an okay and above day. Like I'm not
Yeah,
gonna say every day is great, and you've heard me
no,
say, but I wouldn't invest 24 hours in a bad day either. I'll invest a few moments. I'll get
yeah,
pissed off and I'll move on.
yeah. That's the key, right? The quicker you can move on, the better it's going to be. But I think it's important to acknowledge it. Hey, yeah, you know what? This sucks. Like I said the other day, I mean, I'm the biggest advocate on being on time with my meds, but I screw up. I make mistakes. It happens.
Yep.
And it was awful. It was a bad day. I knew it. I was able to, as I think that's the difference. In the beginning, it took me days to get out of that, beating myself up or that funk or that why me, all that kind of stuff. And now I can get out of it in an hour or an hour and a half, whatever, or 30 minutes, whatever it might
Yep.
be. And I think that's the key. If it's taking you too long, that's when maybe you need some extra help. But I think that's why all of these tools we talked about, from the physical, the mental, the mindset, the
Yep.
support, the community. Okay. See, every time I come up with my great excuse to not get DBS, someone shoots in. So here at Poodaloo, it's like a recharge puck is used. You also have a remote that tracks the battery life. So, it's
Yeah.
it's everybody. It's like it's great. So I appreciate that, and that's amazing. I love it. Um, but I think all those tools, like I said, all those tools are things that, again, try them, give them a shot, right? Like we talk about things that work,
Yeah.
and if it doesn't work for you, that's okay. It doesn't mean you're strange. It just didn't work for you, and you just listen for the next one, right?
Yeah. Just before we sign off here, I just want people to know that you've heard me talk a little bit now today about me moving. Lori and I have been in the same house for 28 years. My kids, really, it's the house they grew up in. They weren't born here, but Kelly was like 3. Kids were like 3, 6, and 8 when we moved here. At any rate, my son's in the military. He's being transferred from 4 hours away from us here in Ontario to being an hour away from us. And we said when it got to that point, we would look at and consider changing the caregiver strategy for myself, where we would buy a home together. And we're doing that. I don't need that help today. I hope I don't need it down the road. But we're building a care plan today that can self-sustain itself should I start to go down whatever road this disease leads me on. And I'll get a little emotional because when they make that commitment, God, I'm lucky. I said to my neurologist, I've won the bloody life lottery. Like, you can't get any luckier than that. And so we're moving in the middle of July. We've got a 3,300 square foot home with an in-law suite in it.
Nice.
That is about 800 square feet. So we're separate if we want to be, we're together if we want to be, and it'll be the latter for the most part. And we're on 3 acres of property. So now I got to get me a John Deere, and I'm just going to Forrest Gump that lawn every week. I'm just going to Forrest Gump it. I'll have the big beer, and I might just get up off the porch because it's got 1,000 square feet of wraparound porch on this
Wow.
house. The
That sounds
gentleman that
awesome.
built it is the builder. He built it for his mother-in-law. It's got
Wow.
heated floors in the in-law suite, in the garage, and in the basement. It's phenomenal. So when you
Wow.
hear me talk about me moving, that's what it's about. It's about moving on to the next phase of this caregiving role. But first thing we're doing is paving the driveway and putting the pickleball court in. Yes. And everybody's in agreement. I said,
Oh my
that's my
God,
one
that's
thing.
amazing.
That's
That's
my one thing.
amazing.
So Landon and Brian will have home court advantage.
Oh my God, that's fantastic. Well, Brian, just as you know, you deserve it, man. You remember that it is.
I know.
You're blessed, but you deserve it. It didn't come because of anything, but you deserve that. So congratulations, good for you. We'll have to maybe try to do a podcast off the porch one day.
Oh God, that'd be phenomenal.
Wouldn't that be cool? And then maybe you can. We should do that one day. We'll, you know what? We'll do that, and then you go on the pickleball court. You teach me how to play pickleball, and
would love that.
yeah. And Jane Dean says, "Do you have room for the rest of us?" Sounds like a wonderful place. That's exactly what I was thinking, Jane. So we'll do that. Maybe we should do that one day. We'll try to make that work when I'm out that area. We'll come. We'll do the podcast. We'll do some pickleballing.
I've got internet. You can work from my house as much as you can work from a hotel room. So
I love it.
Absolutely, we'll make that happen.
I love it. Well, I hope this episode helped you think about the toolboxes and the tool, what you have in your toolbox. Until next time, you know what? Keep building that toolbox. Keep building your confidence, and keep building your life. Stay strong, stay kind, and stay in motion. Brian, you have an amazing week. We'll see you next week.
Can't wait. I'm going to go 3 for 5.
Thanks, everybody. Hey, and don't forget the inner circle. Brian's going to be there. I'm going to be there. It's your chance. You can just come with us. It's private. It's just us, and it's just real. And it's not showboating. It's going to be fun. And so there's a link in the description below. Come. It's this week, and there's a link to the community. So come and join us. It'll be amazing. All right, bye, everybody. Have an amazing week. Thanks, guys. Stay in motion now.
You did it. You made it through another episode of Life in Motion. That's 20 to 30 minutes you could have spent folding laundry, Googling your symptoms, or rearranging the 14 pill bottles on your nightstand. Instead, you hung out with Bryce and Brian. That's friendship. Or questionable time management. Either way, we're grateful. Be sure to follow the show, leave a review, or just yell, "I have Parkinson's and I'm fabulous," into your backyard. We'll hear you. Probably. New episodes drop regularly, unless we both forget. Until next time, keep laughing, keep shaking things up, and if you find our train of thought, please return it.